Hello everyone, I'd like to talk to you today about the Trayvax Element wallet. Now this is the Trayvax wallet in Mississippi Mud, the black edition. I purchased this wallet about 2 or 3 months ago. Well, at the time I was actually looking for a minimalist wallet to replace the trifold that I usually have. My trifold was actually disintegrating after about 19 years of use. I usually keep my wallets in the bag, but sometimes, well, you just want the convenience of having your wallet in your pocket without rummaging through your bag when you're paying for something. So I figured out that, well, for girls, it's not easy for us because we have very shallow pockets on our jeans and our pants. And I also think that the regular bifolds or trifolds, they don't look too good when you're wearing skinny jeans. So I was really looking into something that was more small profile and a bit of a minimalist kind of look, and at the same time was able to carry what I needed on a day-to-day basis. So as I was browsing, I couldn't help but notice the reviews on the Trayvax wallets. Points to note during my reviews was that this is a very well-made wallet. It's actually built to last a lifetime. This thing is like, it's built like a tank. It's made out of very good quality leather. It's got a good patina. So it pretty much fits what I was looking for. So I browsed through the website, which I will include in the link below. And personally, I did have some problems getting this wallet, as well, Trayvax does not include delivery to where I live in. So I did have to go through a few parties before finally having it shipped to me. And with all the troubles I had getting it, once it did reach my hands, I had no regrets. So as I opened the wallet, the smell of leather just wafted through my nostrils, and that was just pure heaven. And you can really tell that it's very good quality leather. As you can see, I got the Mississippi Mud Element Black Edition. It looks pretty slick. It's made of a single piece of top grain leather, which is about 4 to 5 ounces. Well, some argue that full grain leather is definitely better, but I say that if the leather is of good quality, it doesn't make that much of a difference. The benefit of having this in a single piece is that, well, there are no stitches. So as you know, leather usually breaks at the part where they have stitches, and that's where the bulk of the wear and tear is. So this is actually made of a single piece of leather wrapped around a steel frame. So I would say that this is going to last you a lifetime. The only place that this wallet is stitched is it's stitched using a paracord, if you can see right here. This is of a good quality paracord. This is the stuff that they make for they use for parachutes, so I would expect this to really last. And this is solid steel. It is quite it gives the wallet a very hefty feel without being too heavy. This steel frame is quite nicely patterned, as you can see right here. It's got ridges. Well, at least it's not just a boring piece of steel. It's got some curves right here. So it actually gives it a very nice aesthetic. Well, the upper end right here, it curves upwards, and it forms the bottle opener right here. If you can see, this is the bottle opener. So, well, it has come in handy a couple of times where I just had to open bottles and I didn't have a bottle opener in hand, so I just used my wallet. But otherwise, some people might just find it unnecessary because it does give a little bit of bulk to the wallet. If you see, it actually curves upwards. It hasn't really caused any discomfort as I was carrying it in my pockets, but some might just find it you know, it gives it a bit more of a bulky feeling. Whereas if you had a piece of metal that was just coming through right here, then you would lose at least probably an inch off the top of the wallet. So here they've given you a loop where you can attach additional paracord or something to give it a better grip. Moving on the other end, there's actually a button snap, or it's more of like a rivet. This actually holds on pretty well, and I actually never had it come undone. There was a bit of concern whether this was going to be easily undone, but if you can see right here, even if you flip it, if it's unintentional, it just never gets undone. You just have to put a little bit of pressure and open it up. Even when the wallet was empty, it didn't come undone. So it's a pretty sturdy rivet right here. When this wallet arrived, it actually barely fit about 3 cards in it, and at most about 5 bills. It does take time to break in. When you have a good quality piece of leather like this, it just doesn't stretch that much, and you need to give it some time to break in. Well, Trayvax does include some instructions to soak the leather, soak the entire wallet into warm water, and then you fit all your cards in it to allow the leather to wrap around the cards and form properly. But I never had to do that. All I did was I did put in a few cards at a time. I increased the number of cards that I had in the wallet. Like initially I had 3, and then the next day I put in an extra one, and an extra one the day after. So I just gave it a little bit of time to, you know, stretch the leather and for it to wrap around my cards. And all in all, it took me less than 2 weeks to get it to break in. So there really wasn't much of an issue there. Currently, I have about 8 cards in it, and on the surface, I did put the card that Trayvax included in it. Well, this card just says, "Congratulations, you're now the owner of a Trayvax element." I did put this card in it. This is the expander card. It says expander instructions for a custom fit. It did say that you can soak the empty wallet in lukewarm water, but as I mentioned, I never really had to do that. I just gave it time to break in. But I did put this card on top because, as you can see right here, you can see a little bit of a marking on this card, which was caused by the rivet. Many people say that they never had issues with this, but I did this because I really didn't want the rivet damaging the chip on the card. So I had extra space anyway, so I just you can either flip your credit card over so that the chip does not catch on the rivet, or you could just put this card right on top and it would give it some form of protection. So if you can see this window right in front, I actually quite like this because it gives you a little bit of protection. Well, you don't really see much of your credit card info on it, and well, it gives you a place to actually push your cards out and find the card that you actually want. So I think this is pretty handy. Now for the cash, right now in this wallet I have 9 cards, including the expander card that Trayvax included, and I have about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bills in the wallet. You can see that they actually have cash clip right here, and the cash fits, you just fit the cash right in and you fold it. Trayvax says that you can fold it in quarters. I fold it in 3 so that I can fit a bit more cash in it. It gets less thick and I get to fit a bit more. I do live in a country where cash is king, so I do need to carry quite a bit of cash around with me. But I've never really had issues with this. I think that it fits a pretty fair amount of cash, and then, you know, this strap just goes around it. Oh, forgot to mention, you do see it has taken on a nice patina. The leather has smoothened out, and it's had a glossy kind of finish. I don't know if you can see it, but you know, this part is where the original leather looks, and this part has patinaed to a very shiny and glossy finish. So if you can see, this leather is pretty good, and after 2 months, really, all the wear and tear is actually around the part where this goes around the cards in front. So there is a little bit of wear and tear right here, but you know, nothing much to damage the wallet really. So you just got to pull this tight and tighten it on the rivet right here. So all in all, this is a very convenient wallet to have. It's got a very small profile. It fits in really well in a, well, you can carry it as a back pocket carry or a front pocket carry, doesn't matter, because the profile is just so small. You don't really feel it in your pockets anyway. It does carry a decent amount of cash and credit cards or whatever cards that you have. Right now I have about 8 cards and about I have 9 cards and 9 bills in it, and it does keep a very slim profile on it actually. So it can be as minimalist as you want it to be, or it can be adjusted to carry a fair amount of cash and cards. Many are also attracted to the fact that this is completely made in the USA. If you can see right here, says made in the USA, and minimal branding, Trayvax right here. I actually like that you actually don't see much of the branding because, well, as a minimalist wallet, I don't really want, if possible, I would like this to be empty. There should be no branding at all, but I really don't mind because you can't really see it anyway on this wallet. This is very good quality leather, very sturdy hardware, stainless steel and the rivets and all that with the paracord and all that. So you can tell that this is actually a product that would last you a lifetime. And Trayvax does give you an heirloom warranty, which covers up to 65 years. And if there are any defects, you can just contact the Trayvax customer service and they will assist you on this. So that's all on my review on the Trayvax Element. I hope you liked it, and I hope that well, you have the information that you want. So if you have any questions, you can always contact www.trayvax.com on this wallet. So thank you and have a nice day.